You've heard his name.
I'm not giving Jeremy another cranial nerve exam.
I don't think Jeremy needs any more laughing gas, okay? You know of his chaotic nature.
Oh my gosh, Jeremy, what are you doing? Oh, did you give him more? Right? Tell Jeremy to stay off that foot for a couple of weeks. And no more, skydiving.
For many years, scientists have studied all manner of creatures. From the mighty beasts that walk on land, to the mysterious and alien-like life forms that swim in the deepest depths of the oceans. And over the years, they have discovered many amazing and fantastic creatures that inhabit our Earth. This is probably not one of those creatures. This is Jeremy. He's a purple... well, he's a purple pain in my behind is what he is. In this ASMR documentary, we will observe the life of the thing known as Jeremy. We will observe his life and his behavior in the hopes of understanding what goes on in that tiny head of his. Try to discover the inner workings of his mind. And I will document my findings for the world to see, so that I can hopefully shed some light on why Jeremy is. My name is Cosmo. Some call me Cosmo Whispers, or Professor Cosmo.
Actually, nobody calls you Professor?
Sometimes they do. Anyway, I'm a pink fuzzy monster, an ASMR extraordinaire. But I am also a known wildlife lover and expert, and I'll be doing my best to unravel the mysteries and show you the strange world of Jeremy.
I don't really know. Jeremy has always been here, as long as I can remember. I mean, I don't actually see him too often, you know? He's too small and everything. But he's always around getting into trouble one way or another.
Oh, Jeremy? I love that guy. He's hilarious to have around. What? Where did he come from? I have no idea. He's probably a space alien. Something straight out of Area 51, isn't he? Weird little fellow, isn't he? But, he certainly keeps everyone on their toes.
What do I think Jeremy is? Gosh, I couldn't tell you. He's certainly very purple. I honestly can't say I know what to really call him. He's just Jeremy.
Nobody is quite sure what Jeremy is, or where he came from. As far as we are aware, Jeremy has simply always been. I have compared him to many other creatures, in search of his evolutionary family, but nothing seems to be an exact match. This has led me to believe that Jeremy is the product of a mutation, a high school science experiment gone wrong, a ham sandwich left in the fridge for far too long, a rat that fell down the sewer that could have evolved into a karate master, but instead became a sentient walking eggplant. We may never know, but that won't stop us from understanding him. And that leads us to Chapter 2. I wanted to understand more about Jeremy's life, so I decided to observe him in his natural habitat. Jeremy is, like many creatures, one of habit. It just so happens that his habit is causing constant pandemonium and disorder. When the Jeremy awakes, he emerges from his den in search of his first meal. His diet mainly consists of whatever foods are currently available in the fridge, but he will occasionally accept the leftover crumbs found in couch cushions or under the dining room table.
Yes, I've had Jeremy go for my toes before. I guess the fridge was empty and he was hungry, so next thing I knew, my piggies were on the menu. I've lost a couple of my favorite socks to him, but I'm thankful that they keep the fridge stocked now.
Whether the claims of piggy consumption are true or not, the fact remains that Jeremy requires sustenance or the consequences may be dire. After eating his fill, Jeremy begins his daily routine of causing chaos and dismay amongst the others that occupy the space known as home. From stealing objects of value to playing pranks on the unsuspecting residents that just want to live in peace and quiet, Jeremy finds creative ways to wreak havoc and fulfill his devilish desires of mass destruction.
Evil? That's a strong word I would use to describe him. Maybe fiendishly playful? Or unlawfully amusing? Those might be better ways to describe his personality.
He just likes to have fun, and doesn't really care how he goes about doing that. He doesn't let the boundaries of politeness and a good moral standing confine him, and there's something quite beautiful about that, if you really think about it.
Beautiful is one way to describe Jeremy's adventures, but the reality of it all is that the unending terror that Jeremy strikes into the residents of home has been an issue for as long as anyone can remember.
Oh, he causes me so many issues on a daily basis. His biggest crime is usually stealing my favorite hairbrush or my jewelry. Especially likes my shiny earrings and ring.
He's put firecrackers under the toilet seat before when I come over. I'm still afraid to poop here.
As an ASMR creator and relaxation enthusiast, Jeremy can be challenging to cope with. Oftentimes, my video recording sessions are disrupted due to Jeremy's escapades. Sometimes videos will take hours of extra work because of some prank that Jeremy pulled while I was in the middle of recording. I've tried to reason with him. I've tried to get him to leave. I've tried to be nice. And now, I've tried to understand him. But nothing seems to help with this nonsense. It's constant, and I can't take it anymore. There's only one thing I can do to put an end to things. I just don't know if I have the strength to do it. I'm going to have to kill Jeremy.
Cosmo? Oh, Cosmo is a wonderful little monster. I've known him forever, and he has to be one of the most gentle creatures who's ever walked this earth. His love and compassion for everyone and everything that he meets is unlike anyone I've ever met. He's a true saint. He's gonna do what now?
I'm done playing games. I'm done with being nice. I can't live like this anymore. He must go. He must. There's no other way around it.
Well, Cosmo's lost it. I don't think I've ever seen him like this. I think he's just finally snapped, and everyone's got their breaking point. He's finally found his.
Yes, I'm a bit worried about Cosmo. I think his obsession over learning about Jeremy has turned into an obsession to end his madness. I just hope he doesn't hurt anyone. And I wish he'd stop carrying the medieval weapons around.
I've laid traps all over the house. I've armed myself to the teeth. Now, all we can do is watch and wait. Yes, we must wait.
The house has become a death trap. I mean, Cosmo is putting tripwires and pitfalls everywhere, in every corner. I used to enjoy coming over here and making ASMR, but now I fear everything, not just going to the toilet.
I've heard enough. I've seen enough. I've learned enough. There he is. It's time. It's my time to strike. What am I doing? Is this what I've become? Some wild and deranged animal? Sure, I'm a monster. But I'm not a monster. Maybe all I've ever needed to do was treat Jeremy with love and compassion. The things that he clearly lacks in his life. Maybe this has all been a cry for help, and I've been ignoring this cry. Maybe we could be friends. Or not, but that's okay.
It's nice to see Cosmo back to his old self after all this. I knew he'd come to. He just needed to realize what we all realized a long time ago.
There's no hope for any of us.
Well, regardless of what I've researched, or how hard I've tried to understand the inner workings of Jeremy, the results are always the same. He's a mystery, and maybe it's for the best that it stay that way. Thank you all for joining me on this journey into the world of Jeremy. Take care, and good night, my